This is not financial nor professional advice. This video is for entertainment only. Today we're going to talk about an amazing technology that's been developed in our lifetimes called blockchain. It started out with a bit of the coin, now called Bitcoin, and then it got sort of ethereal, and this became Ethereum with smart contracts that makes you buy EFTs and play in games and do transactions more easily. And then Cardano came along, which is highly intellectual, which was an improvement on Ethereum. Of course, Ethereum is improving too, but Cardano, the ADA coin goes with Cardano, sort of beat Ethereum to the punch, and they figured out a way to process transactions faster. The problem with Bitcoin is that it requires proof of work. That's what the computers do. They're trying to solve these impossible problems, and it takes so much time that it actually is a drain on electricity for these computers to figure out these problems, to show proof of work, to show that the transaction is valid. And Cardano used proof of stake, which is more or less having the holders of the coin ensure the transactions so you don't have to do mining. The stakeholders are providing the insurance in a sense. That's not what it really is, but that's the way I think of it. That allows them to process the transaction without having to go through all the mining. Now, Ethereum is improving. They're using mining right now, which is slow, but they're going to proof of stake, which will speed up their transactions a lot more. So eventually, Ethereum will be as fast as Cardano, and Cardano will lose its advantage. But then the plot thickens. We have the emergence of Dogecoin, whose emblem is a dog, okay? And that dog's name is Shiba Inu. And the motto of the coin is do only good every day. So it's Dogecoin. And Elon Musk, the great genius of our times with Tesla, gave it an endorsement which pushed it hugely and made millionaires overnight. Well, along came the mutiny of the dog. The dog, Shiba Inu, was the name of that dog, and now there's a Shiba Inu dog. And this dog is treacherous. This dog is out to kill the Dogecoin, and they say as much. It has some practical uses as well. The Shiba Inu coin supports an NFT art incubator. NFT stands for non-fungible token. That means that it's a unique thing that cannot be replaced by something else. And they take things that can be copied, but this claim is that you have the very first one, that it can't be replaced. Like you have the first cover of Time magazine, the first imprintable cover of Time magazine that said God is dead, which was in the 1960s and made a big stir, and it's memorable to people who are old like me. But you can find that cover by going on your browser and looking up "Is God Dead?" 1960s Time magazine, and they will bring it up. But if you buy the NFT, you supposedly have the very first imprint of that cover. So it's quite a thing. And it would seem that it would be hard to verify this for a fact, and you would think that fraud could run rampant in the future, but they must have some way of proving this or keeping some records somehow that somehow what you have is unique and not reproducible. It's interesting, but they also have an exchange of their own. They're developing their own decentralized exchange, and they're going to call it Shiba Swap. So my history with crypto is I bought Bitcoin when it was in the 30,000s, and it went up to I think I sold it in the 50s. But then I went to Ethereum for a short while because I liked that it had many uses, and many other coin systems are based on the Ethereum blockchain, the smart contracts. And then I went to Cardano because it seemed very intellectual, and it wanted to be more than just legal tender, and it can be used to store records on their blockchain, and so forth. And that hasn't been all worked out, but they assure us, Charles Hoskinson assures us that there's much more coming. Cardano is very interesting, but it seems very intellectual. And Ethereum seems more practical. I made a little bit of money on Cardano, not that much. And then I just settled on putting 10,000 into Ethereum because I think it's kind of the most practical. I think it could be used as a store of value, although I think Bitcoin will always be the preferable store of value because I think it's virtually impossible to hack that system. And they have a limited quantity, which makes it very attractive. Ethereum, they're trying to lower their quantity, but there's more quantity there than there is at Bitcoin. And so it isn't quite as attractive that way. But I think Ethereum will end up being the most practical as a store of value and as used in transactions and smart contracts. So that's why I'm going to stick with that. But I was kind of fascinated by the Shiba Inu coin, and the reason being that it's worth so little. It would take so little to make the amount of money that you could earn on it multiply very quickly. When I bought it, it was worth, one Shiba Inu coin was worth 0.000029 cents or whatever you want to call that. I trade crypto on Coinbase, and I was looking at it one day and I saw at the top a banner, hey, we're trading Shiba Inu coin. So I thought, what the heck? I threw $1,000 on it. So if Shiba Inu ever reaches 1 penny of value, it will raise what I put into it 344 times. Okay, so I'll make $343,000 on my $1,000 if Shiba Inu ever reaches a penny. It seemed like kind of a reasonable shot in the dark, let's say. And you don't ever have to worry about running out of Shiba Inu coins. There's 1 quadrillion Shiba Inu coins. So I don't think we'll be running out anytime soon. And if you've been listening to this, I hope you take this in good stride and in good fun, because that's kind of the way I take crypto. Hey, maybe it's going to amount to a lot. I think with Ethereum, it could be. Bitcoin already is kind of a big deal as a store of value. Shiba Inu, will it amount to something? Possibly. Dogecoin might emerge as a form of of currency to some degree. I noticed that Mark Cuban takes it for the Dallas Mavericks games. He's the billionaire that owns the Dallas Mavericks, and they accept Dogecoin. And now I guess AMC Theaters is going to accept it. So I think there's a lot of good feeling about that coin, and it could raise as well. And it's worth like 24 cents now. So there's a lot of upside to Dogecoin as well. Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe if this has been interesting or valuable or something to you. And I will see you in the next one.